Hi folks, welcome to Savvy's Impressions. I hope all of you are having a great day and I'm glad that you're watching this video. Now, the email subscribers of my blog are aware that I sent out a survey in the first week of December and I received an amazing response from most of you. I went through all your responses. I, I, I really liked them, and there was one particular response that was really catchy, and that was, how do I read a book? I found that topic to be interesting, and instead of going and writing a whole big blog post, I thought I will take up the topic of discussion for today's video. Before we dive into today's topic, there are certain criteria that I want you to know. One thing, I read non-fiction, which are like motivational, self-help, and business. It's not that I don't read fiction. I used to read fiction, but it's been a long time that I have read fiction now. For those of you who do not know, I have a bookshelf on my website, savvysimpressions.com. When you check that, you find what are the books that I am reading currently, what are my past reads, what are my favorite books of all the time, and you can also see how my reading process has evolved from over a period of time. Now, coming to how do I read a book? Now, my reading process involves three phases. One is the reading phase, the downloading phase, and the execution phase. Now, reading phase is where I am typically reading the book. Now, when I read a book, there are three things that are must. One is a pen, a pencil, and a highlighter. Now, I highlight things that actually resonate with me, and I take notes in the margin. It can be whatever resonates with me, I note down whatever I need to remember, or I might take notes at the blank pages of the book. And if I am listening to a book, say I'm listening to an audiobook, the note taking process is a little different, which is like, I do have a phone in my hand because I'm listening. Obviously, I'm listening to the audiobook. I take the notes on my Evernote app. And in case if I'm reading a Kindle version of a book, say I'm reading the book digitally, I take my journal and I note down what are the things that I really like, or what are the things that I want to try. So this is typically the reading phase. Now, the second phase is the download phase. That means whatever I have written on the app or whatever I have written on the margins, I rewrite them into my journal, which means those are the actionable items that I wanted to try in my life. So I rewrite whatever the notes I have taken into my journal. So this actually serves as a recap of the book, and moreover, it is a great way for a future reference. Now, it is less likely when I started reading non-fiction. There are a lot of things that you need to remember. Probably if I don't take the notes, I might not remember those things, whatever is written. Had it been in fiction, it is a different thing. Now, fiction is a great tool for driving creativity, but non-fiction is not like that. In order for you to retain what you have read, you need to make notes of what you have read. So, downloading, rewriting the codes, or rewriting the things that I find interesting, or that I want to try out sometime, I just rewrite it. I write it in a notebook. Now, next comes the execution phase. Now, when I have listed out all the actionable items that I need to try, what is that one thing that I'm going to execute in my day-to-day life? That is what this execution phase is, and this particular part is one of the most enticing aspect for me when I read a book. Now, for example, now if I am reading a book on meditation, say what is that one action item that I'm going to try out in my day-to-day life? It is like I might download an app of meditation and execute, or I try doing 5 to 10 minutes of meditating daily. Or if it is something about journaling, probably say artist's way. Now there's a concept called morning pages. Now I list out the morning pages as my actionable item, and I make sure that I write 3 pages of long handwriting daily. So this is what I need to execute. What I really feel is, when you are reading a book and when it adds something value, unless and until you try it out yourself, your entire reading process is just waste. Now, you cannot spend hours reading a book and just keeping it aside. Take next book, read it, and then place it aside. Now, that is not a matter of what to say, it doesn't add any value. So if you are reading a book, see to that what is that one aspect from that book that you are going to try in your life. So this is what my reading process involves. And also I want to give you one small tip here. This is one tip that I grabbed from Gretchen Rubin's podcast. She says that if you're reading a book and say if that book doesn't resonate with you, you might not feel motivated to read it further. Just give up, because it's not that you have to read it just because you bought the book. But if you find something that's not motivating in the book, just give up that book and go to the next one. This is my small tip that I need to give you, that I felt like giving you. So all my bookworms over there, I hope you have some takeaway from this video, because you all wanted me to do this video. I have given this. So guys, that's it. If you like this video, just give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye, take care.